Alright, what's going on, guys? It is your boy TKD123 here, back here in PlayStation Source, and we have a brand new software update for the PS5 that I think brings some really cool stuff to the platform, and some things that will be coming in the next few months as well that are very crucial to the platform as well, that a lot of people have been asking for. But yeah, we're gonna go over all of the different aspects of this update here. We're gonna stick on me with the cam right now to discuss some things that I can't show you on the PS5 right now, but then afterwards in a few minutes we'll go into the full PS5 software and dive into the new stuff that are directly on the console right now with that update. So links below in the description to not only our Twitter, Discord, Anchor link, all that great stuff down below. Definitely do support the channel. On top of that, there are actual links to the PlayStation blog that details a lot of this stuff in granular detail, so definitely go check out that. But starting off here, you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. Variable refresh rate is coming to the PS5. This is a long wanted feature, and it is now coming in the coming months. They do say that it is coming in a few months time, so we'll see when that comes. I'll definitely give you guys an update on when it finally arrives to the PS5, and it will require you to have a TV or monitor that is HDMI 2.1 compatible. Definitely keep in mind that not all TVs and not all monitors will be able to take advantage of VRR, only those that are specifically cited to do so. And what this does, if you don't know, is essentially what it does, variable refresh rate. It is able to tune the refresh rate of the monitor or TV to better coincide and work with the actual frame rate that the game is running in. So you will experience less dips, less frame hitching. You'll notice less frame balancing where sometimes the frame pacing is off on the game. That will be eliminated visually as you are looking at it on the monitor and TV with the help of VRR. So it is technically not improving the game, it is improving how you perceive the game, which in essence is improving the game itself. And so it's a very cool feature. The Xbox has it. This has been a long wanted feature, but the big one that we're still missing here is, of course, the native 1440p support. We will see when that comes in the future, but glad to see VRR finally make it to the PlayStation 5 in the coming months. They also say that you can also enable this with games that don't have a patch to specifically use VRR, and so this will be kind of like how they said the backwards compatibility was in the early days of PS5, where there may be unexpected consequences with using VRR with a game that isn't updated for it, but we'll see how that goes in the future. They say more news is coming on that in the coming weeks. So next up here on the update list, this actually is going to take us to the phone with the applications on the iPhone and Android, whether it's the native PS app where you're just doing all PlayStation stuff, or the specific PlayStation Remote app as well. They say here that PS app users can now create or join open and close parties like on PS4 and PS5, which we will get to that whole new system where we now have closed and open parties later on in the PS5 section. We do have an updated UI for the PlayStation app on GameBase. That way it looks more like the PS5 version on your console. Definitely looks a lot more better here according to these pictures. Definitely like how it looks. Definitely looks more like the PS5 variant as well. And lastly here on the PlayStation Remote app, just a little one here, we get dark mode to match with your system settings on your phone, as well as a choice from new screen reader languages for accessibility options, which we will go over actually right now. Going into these more screen reader languages, I'm not going to read all these on screen, but they're here on screen. We have new languages where you'll be able to have it read aloud to you in these specific languages to you now. They added more of these, as well as a bunch more just language support for a bunch of other ones and everything. So that's all good and dandy if you need it. In terms of other accessibility features that were added to the PS5 console, we now have the option to have mono audio for headphones instead of stereo or 3D audio mix. So in case you need a mono type of audio layout where the same sound comes out of both sides of your headphones, and that's unlike stereo where you might have some sounds that come from the left, come from the right side, etc. You'll be able to have just a mono audio setup for your headphones if you need that. And the last thing here to mention was that they added these little check marks to certain settings that you have enabled, because I guess there was some confusion. I can see that because there were definitely some confusions in terms of like, hey, what does it mean when it turns to the left, turn to the right? And it wasn't really clear on having which settings were on from accessibility. So that is clear there with those check marks that will indicate if you see a check mark, it is turned on in the settings. So now let's go over to the PS5 where I'll be giving you some commentary and just an overall walkthrough of the rest of the settings on PlayStation 5. Alright, we are here on the PlayStation 5 home menu with the new update installed. Not sure what they're exactly calling it. I can check really quick. Let me see what they're calling this. Yeah, so it's the 22.01-05.00.00.40-00.00.01. No, .0.1. Yeah, that's definitely very rolls off the tongue quite well. Sony rolls off the tongue quite well. But let's go over some of the new aspects here for this PS5 software update. I'm just gonna run through my list here that I created on the blog, and over here, starting off with, let's go into party chat. So you can now create an open or closed party that requires an invite. So the closed party system will have to have you manually invite people, while if you create an open party, which I'll do right now and I'll show you guys live. And so this is a look at the new game base as well. Right here you can start a party, and from this you can do open or closed party. This is available both on PS4 and PS5, so a nice little cross-gen feature here. So let me just make an open party just for purposes where we're going to be having to reference this page in a little bit here. So you also have better visual indicators to indicate who was speaking in the chat for reporting purposes on PS5. So in case you need to report one of your homies that said some wild things or were very offensive in a party chat, you have a better way of telling Sony, hey, it was this person, via this visual indicator that I can't show you right now, but that's what they listed on the blog as well. So you can now start a share play directly from the voice chat card instead of needing to start a share screen first before enabling share play. So before, you had to start a share screen session and then you were able to enable share play, but now you can just be for example, let's say I'm playing Returnal right now, I can go into the voice chat card and hit this button right here to start a share play right here. Exactly, you can't start share play, there's no one you can, right? So I think if there were people in here, I can just start a share play just like that if I want to. So that's really cool as well if you guys use that feature. And additionally, on PS4, you can individually toggle the volume of people in a chat just like on PS5. I have a screenshot here on screen where you can see that you can toggle an individual's specific volume straight on the PS4 just like you can on the PS5. So next up here, we're gonna dive a little bit more into the game base. Let me not do a little strafe on Returnal. I don't want to be playing that because I'll be hooked on that right now for this video. But let's go over some stuff here in the game base because a lot of changes here have been implemented into the game base. You can now view your full friends list from this tab right here. So it's just a nice scrollable list now instead of just seeing a partial list. You can also use the search for players option now, which wasn't available on the game base, and you can also see your friends, your friend requests, I believe, right here. Yep. So I do have a friend request from Uzumaki XV. You know what? Let me just accept that, I guess. That was from a while ago. I guess I'll just accept that right there. I have a lot of sent friend requests that no one wants to add me. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Next up here, of course, you can also hear from the game base, add and create a group directly from the game base. So you can go right here. You can start a new message group if you want as well. So that is a really neat feature to have straight up on deck, as well as you can do a lot of things here now that you couldn't beforehand, where now you can straight up like send messages here, you can send images, video clips, all from the game base card itself. So they really just spruced up and made the game base a lot more useful from a game to game basis. You will now see an on-air red circle when someone is sharing their screen in a party. So I believe that's going to be shown here on this party list, or maybe over here in the party. It's gonna definitely be shown here, where if someone's sharing a screen, you'll be able to see a a little red recording symbol that shows that someone in the party is sharing your screen, so you can take a look at that if you want to. And lastly here, something that I can't show here, I don't think so, but you can, oh, I guess it was on the thing beforehand. I wish I got a screenshot of it. Maybe I did here in post, but there is a decline button to friend request, so you can just decline a friend request straight up here from the game base itself. No need to go to a different page like you had to beforehand. Next up here, we're gonna go over to we're gonna go over to some more general PS5 UI features. Now, a really cool thing they added here was that on the game library, right, when you go onto your collection, you can now sort by genre. So if I want to find where are my racing games, boom, right here. That's a very cool thing to have here. Surprised it wasn't here already, but a very, very cool way to... Damn, I forgot about Hardware Rivals, LMAO. Good times, good times. But yeah, we got, you know, Riders Republic here. We got Dirt 5, Need for Speed Heat. So really cool that you're able to go into your collection and find what genre you are looking for based off of the genre itself. You'll love to see that. Now, next up here, this one is really cool. Now you can keep a app or game on the home menu. So, you know, I'm probably gonna keep Returnal on my home menu for a long time, of course. So you can add up to 5 game or apps permanently on the home screen, where they will permanently be there no matter what. You can only have 5 of them in your home menu that are permanently on the home screen. Next up here, as you probably have noticed, maybe you didn't, but we now have 14 icons across the home screen. We used to have a more limited amount. I forgot what was the number beforehand, but it was definitely like a smaller screen. But now you're able to have a lot more of you know, games and items on screen. So really cool for you know, just to have a lot more at your disposal at a very quick fashion. Going into some of the trophy cards here, so if we jump into Returnal here, we can see some of the new looking trophy cards. Where are those specifically? I think they could be right. I guess you can see one right here on the trophy tracker, but more specifically what I'm looking for is when we go, I think, to the home profile, and when you go to your actual trophies, you see new artwork for your games. And so you see the little blue and the red and the yellow artwork. Very, very cool looking aesthetic as well for that. Also saw a new looking see y'all look at this bottom card right here where you see a little glimpse at your trophies. That also has a new artwork as well. Just some really cool sprucing up of the overall UI. You'll love to see that as well. Now, what you saw already here before when we go to Returnal is that they added the trophy tracker right here to the game base. Well, to the control center while you're playing the game for quick access. You'll love to see this. I can look at my trophies. I can start tracking them if I want to. And a new thing here as well is that they have suggested trophies that you can go for. So maybe these are trophies that I almost have. Maybe these are, you know, ones that they suggest me to get and everything. They're gonna be right here for me on the trophy tracker, control center, what am I looking for? Panel, you can say, or card. I'm looking for the word card. So really cool to see right there how you can see your earned trophies, your progress, all that great stuff right there off of the whim as you're playing the game. And last thing here, the one that I thought was really cool was that you can enable a share screen session, right? So those that are looking at your gameplay in a party, you can start one right here from the share button now. Very cool feature. You can share the screen to the party that we created early on in the video, and you can start sharing your screen right there to a party. Very cool feature. Love that. If you use this feature a lot, that's going to be a very cool feature to have on deck in the future. Now, last thing here to mainly go over in this update. Look at me. I keep trying to play Returnal. I got to stop myself. We are going to go over to the settings, and they do have a new section here where you can turn on the voice command preview. So this was on PS4, so kind of late to the game here on PS5, but really cool to see that it's finally here where you can use your voice to control your PS5, right? So this this is what they're calling a preview of this software, and it's open for limited release only in the US and the UK. So let's just enable this really quick. And so of course they give you a little tutorial on how to use this. You gotta say, hey PlayStation, you know, and then you ask it to do something, and then it will do it for you. Voice commands, you know what I'm saying? Let's try one for fun, right? So now it's enabled. Oh, also you can toggle to be a part of the feedback program for this, where it'll ask you from time to time, how is your experience with voice commands? Are you enjoying it? Are you not enjoying it? Are there problems? You can get better feedback with that program, or you can turn it off if you don't want to talk to them about your experience with this feature. So how exactly do I actually, you know what? I should have been paying attention. So wait, so do I just, I'm gonna unmute the mic on my controller, right? And say here, let's just try this live, guys. Hey PlayStation, start up Returnal.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Hey PlayStation, go to the PlayStation Store.
Okay.
Look at that. Okay. Hey PlayStation, go to my gallery.
Okay.
All right, it's okay. It works pretty well. I like how fast and responsive that is. That's a pretty cool thing. I might actually keep on my console, but I do keep my controller mic muted, so I'm gonna definitely mute that now. But really cool feature right there that we got a live test at. Now, a few things that I noticed on this update that are minor that were not listed on the list. The first one here is the pro tips card. Where is that card? Right here. So they added this new pro tips card to give you some more in-depth tutorials on different aspects of the PS5 now. So we have voice command that we just went over, share screen. We have game presets as well, where you can set different things for games from like a control standpoint or a resolution standpoint, etc. Trophy tracker and multitasking as well. So let me just go into this. Oh, so it just like step by step, as we said before, tutorials, really cool things right there. Once again, just little things that will be able to empower you to use your PS5 in a lot better ways than maybe you weren't beforehand. And the last thing here, right? The last thing I gotta bring up here is this icon right here, guys. So the PlayStation Plus icon used to be something that was an app that would, you know, go off into the game library or whatever, whenever you didn't open it beforehand. Kind of like how PS Now is right here, where it was an app that if you didn't open it, it would just go into the background and you wouldn't see it, and you have to search it all the time. Now they have it permanently over here on the left hand side next to the PS Store. Now, I tweeted about this earlier in the day, right? And I think this could be pointing to a bit of an emphasis on a potential Spartacus, you know what I'm saying? Software that they want to definitely highlight on PS5 when it gets unveiled. But aside from that point, I do like how you're able to access PS Now straight up very easily here. It should have been here from the jump, honestly, but really cool to see that PlayStation Plus is now next to the PS Store, where you can quickly access these two things always and forever on your PS5 home menu. So those have been the PS5 software updates for March 2022. And yeah, overall, those have been the PS5 updates for March 2022 involving the PS5. A lot of really cool stuff here. I do love that we have more icons on the home menu. I love that we're able to see and, you know, enable trophy tracking straight from a game as we're playing it. I love the pro tips as well on that good stuff. I do love that little, you know, minor change where we have the PlayStation Plus icon all the way to the left with the PS Store. Down below, what are your thoughts? What do you like about this update? Are there other updates that you wish to see in the future on PS5? Let me know all those thoughts down below in the comment section. While you're down there, check out the description. You can find links to our Discord, our Twitter, and our Anchor link that way you can listen to our long form content and podcast format. Road to Forbidden West. At some point, y'all will get the review and spoiler cast. We're still playing through the game. I mean, I'm not, but Mr. Badbit is still doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? And eventually we will end the series with that final episode where you'll get a spoiler-free review, a full-on spoiler cast, and all of our ending thoughts on Horizon Forbidden West. Like the video if you enjoyed it, as well as to subscribe to PlayStation Source to keep up with the latest and greatest in PlayStation. Thank you all for watching, and as always, greatness awaits.